Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome to my channel. My name's Kevin and this is The Art of Horror. So let's get straight into some Castle Rock chat, shall we? I recorded a show about 3 days ago and unfortunately I didn't get it up in time before episode 9 came up. And I wish I did, because a lot of the predictions that the subscriptions and myself made came to fruition. I will, however, jump back and show you the comments that the subscribers made and what was written, and also I can show you the date of when I originally wrote some of this stuff. So I will be, in retrospect, cutting back into some of the things that I predicted and then comparing it to what we actually now know after episode 9, which was, if you've been keeping up with the show, a really huge reveal. So I'll jump quickly to that recording, and while some things are probably a little bit off, and you'll see how accurate some of the predictions some of the subscribers and myself worked out. So from here on, what you're hearing is from a few days ago, before episode 9 actually aired. I would like to thank a couple of subscribers who really opened my eyes with this show, Amy and Amanda. Both I thought were the ravings of imbecilic lunatics, but nay, I was wrong. Actually, I thought Amanda was pretty on the money. It's Amy I was worried about. He said the kid is Henry Deaver. Now this is where it gets all Rick and Morty, and I think I get it. So here it is, Castle Rock in a nutshell. All of this, of course, is pure speculation, but after watching it for a second time, I think I kind of get it, and it is scary how Rick and Morty this all gets. Definite spoilers ahead. Like I said, all of this is pure speculation. Maybe I've just joined the cult of mad internet people and I think I'm typing this, but I'm really just rubbing a sandwich on a window looking at a car park. Matthew Deaver, driven nuts by a tumour, goes into the woods to end it all. Here, and he is not the ocean, but what he calls the schisma, the voice of God. He creates a small local cult surrounding the schisma, and upon learning this, takes his adopted son, Henry Deaver, out to the woods, who is sensitive to the mysterious sound they're calling the voice of God or the schisma. They kind of use Henry as a divinity tool to hunt the source of the sound, because they bring Henry Deaver to this point where the schisma, what it is the sound of multiverses rubbing together, and where these multiverses rub together, it creates thin spots, and where these thin spots happen, and anything can travel through from dimension to dimension, because we all live apparently in this multiverse, and there's all multiple dimensions, just like in Rick and Morty, where there's multiple Henry Deavers basically. He's a whole different version of Henry Deaver. If Ruth had her child, if he wasn't miscarried in this universe, this is the Henry Deaver that would have been born. It just so happens this Henry Deaver has weird mystical powers in this universe, whether they work because he's here in this universe and it's like a Superman thing and he gets powers while he's here, or he comes from somewhere where having powers like this is just a normal everyday occurrence, but he's a very powerful dude and he's very much inspired by the Walking Dude, definitely. Also, yes, possibly Ruth's child, possibly Ruth and Matthew's child, possibly Ruth and Alan's love child. But yeah, both are Henry Deaver. From different timelines, different dimensional possibilities, the Psycho Mantis evil Henry. Alan finds Henry 3-34855Y in the boot of the car, but after a lifetime of seeing weird shit in the town, accepts Lacey's story, and he shuts the trunk, and he lets them both go. The warden locks the kid up, where he's isolated. I'm also not sure if Warden Lacey's box of nail clippings is his or the kid's, but I like to think he was just clipping Henry 3-4874Y's toenails, so it's kind of soothing in a high stress situation. But didn't that box full of toenails make you go, num num num, I could get some caramel corn right now, I'm sure. Warden Lacey obsessed with the fact that he is maybe an angel and or maybe a devil, but he knows he's not human, keeps Henry 3-4723874Y in a cage for 27 years after watching him not age. All leading to revenge. He manipulates Ruth through her mental failings and confusion to kill Alan by accident through manipulation. Conniving, not just premeditated but actually evil. The kid seems all innocent, but Henry 3-42984729 whatever is an evil mofo. So there you have it, they have a ritual, a kid appears, there's a kerfuffle, Matthew is hurt, Molly murders Matthew as an empathic telepath. Henry escapes thanks to the kid. They are both Henry. Molly didn't stab Odin, the deaf fella, in the eye, I don't think. I think that was Willie, Odin's interpreter, as he was protecting himself. Odin was talking about, and the last thing he said was he put his fists up to his ears and he was going to make Willie perfect too. So it's a good, safe bet that I think Willie was protecting himself as he didn't want his ears stabbed with a giant freaking screwdriver. Oh, and Jackie is Jax from The Shining's niece, and that's why she likes axes. So there you have it. That was recorded to 5 days prior to episode 9 airing. So after watching episode 9, in retrospect, listening back to our own comments and reading people's comments, a lot of people have been following this show quite well. But if it wasn't for the discussion, there is no way in hell that I would have worked all of that out by myself. I was actually surprised at the other universe the other Henry Deaver was from. I, for some reason, almost imagined it to be a post-apocalyptic world where people use magic and all sorts of weird things. But it seems like quite a normal world. So he has somehow awoken his powers upon travelling to another dimension. In the second Henry's dimension as well, he seems to have lost his mother. I'm not sure where his father is. I'm still guessing that his father died that same night. But who knows, there could be a big plot twist coming. Is there still somewhere alive an insane Matthew Deaver, still running his nutty cult? I'd also quickly like to address the character of Ruth, played by Sissy Spacek. She is doing an absolutely brilliant job, and her idea of hiding chess pieces is pure genius. The second Henry Deaver is definitely the Ruth from the other dimension. Ruth 2 is definitely her child. The jury's still out on whether it's Alan Pangborn and or Matthew's child though. I'm also finding the connection between Henry Deaver and Molly to be quite interesting, as love seems to span all dimensions. I still think we haven't seen all the sides to Henry Deaver 2 on his dimension, whether or not he's a bit nutty or whether he remains to be seen as a normal person. He seems pretty together, but it's usually those most together people that are harbouring the worst secret. Kind of reminds me of Decker from The Nightbreed. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but he plays a cool, calm psychiatrist who's actually a complete whack job. And I get why being locked in a cage for 27 years, being preached at by a religious zealot, could drive you completely nuts. How nuts exactly was he to begin with? Like I said, he seems pretty together in what they've shown so far. So yes, I was very surprised at the world that Henry Deaver 2 comes from. And he is definitely twisting the powers that he has gained through travelling dimensions towards his own. Also, if he has a thing for Molly still, the Molly he lost in his dimension, which he can possibly now gain back through a series of very strange circumstances, does that put the original Henry Deaver at risk? So there's one episode left. If you have any predictions or theories at all, please leave them in the comments section below. It will help us discuss anything weird coming up for the final episode. Any big twists that you can see coming? Like I said, I haven't seen evidence for Matthew Deaver in the second universe. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the like button. If you're new to my channel and you would like to see more videos like this from me, please feel free to subscribe. And if you do, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you have any art suggestions, please leave them in the comments below as well. I'll be happy to have a look and see if I could possibly do it for you. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Kevin for The Art of Horror. Until next time, goodbye from me.